Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another scene set in Vampire the Requiem, a Requiem for London. Tonight, we set our scene with Alycat and Julian, two young licks looking to make a name for themselves, investigating a case of strange, a strange, unnatural substance that has been making its way around the city recently. Substance known as violet. Quite similar to ecstasy in its effect, but with a few additional caveats in regards to kindred. And while many kindred regard this as a non-issue, a curiosity, or an outright boon to them, others want to investigate and shut the matter down. So where do you two meet to start off with?
I would say Julie would want to meet about the closest to do like a block or two away from our desire site to discuss anything that might need to be discussed before we start actually getting in there.
Yeah, that's fine with Ali.
Um, as Julian's kind of messing with some effects, he'll ask, "Is there anything new that I should know about before we go in?"
Um, Chris, is there? Because quite honestly, it's been like at least a month ago that we did anything regarding this, so my mind is completely blank.
Okay. Can you repeat the first half of that?
Hmm?
What did you say for the first half of that? I didn't catch it. Your mind is
Whether there's
blank, but what
anything new.
else?
Is there
Um,
anything new, like regarding the situation? Is there anything important that we need to know, and what the fuck are we doing here? Like, basically, give a summary of what Ali would tell him.
okay, so so the actual spread of the substance is kind of peaking. Like it's very well entrenched in the city at this point. And it's definitely it's definitely also going beyond the city borders. Um, you, by being in contact with your Nosferatu friend, colleague, frenemy, Azariah, has been using what remains of his police connections in tandem with the upper echelons of the Carthians to identify a distribution center. One of the larger ones. Um, it's in Whitechapel, along the River Thames, north side of the river. It's called right next to Miller's Wharf.
And that's what we're going to investigate now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she'll say that basically passes on the information.
Can we confirm for the most part it's probably going to be a few kindred and mostly mortals?
I think we could expect heavy kindred involvement, but they use a human front, so
Alycat, you know for experience that, as you say, to use a human front, the distribution centers are largely populated by mortals. You're not sure how many
Yeah.
of them are ghouls.
All right. So the main thing I would say, if we're gonna really hit this place, is obviously make it like look like a gang conflict. That shouldn't be too hard. And other than that, yeah, since we're gonna be literally outnumbered 2 to 10. Best to see how well we can sneak in and get past them.
Yeah. I'm planning to investigate, not to mug the place, because if we want to find out who's behind this all, obviously we need clues, which we won't be getting from, burning the place down.
I didn't say burn the place down, but there's there's effectiveness in just beating them all up, and the ones that are cowards start talking. But since we have a game plan, sneak in. Said try not to get in any real fights. Get what we can. If you want to lead, go ahead. If not, I'll do so.
I mean, do you have experience in this kind of stuff?
Uh, a little bit when I was on the streets, but to be honest, I am not the most subtle of people. So, but I do think I have a pretty good mean face. So, if we can, we'll just kind of scope the place out, figure out where the entrances are, maybe figure out what kind of defenses they have, cameras, typical lookouts. Once we get an understanding of that, then we go further into how we're actually going to infiltrate the place. Because it could be easy enough. You just look like you're some type of buyer, show them money, say the right thing, so we could just get in that way.
I guess that's the way to do it. But let's first scope the place out.
So, Goodman will nod. All right, then let's get going.
Ellie will actually park the bike where they are right now. Um, Chris, can we first make like basically a walk around the area?
So you want to head to the area and basically just scope out the surrounding space before
Mm-hmm.
heading to the actual location?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Whitechapel, that is Invictus territory, I presume.
Yeah, it's actually where it's where Azariah worked and levied his connections for quite a while before things went south.
Yeah.
Probably why he's been able to find it for you.
So we might want to make sure that we don't see or be seen that much. So I don't think they would like at least me snooping around. They might be a bit more lenient with you, but
Mm, I'm curious, and it's not like the Invictus don't know that this drug is dangerous. That's right under their nose. I wonder why they haven't dealt with it.
Ellie smirks. Yeah,
I
wonder why.
I swear, if they have something to be a part of this, I am going to be highly annoyed.
Well, I would say get worked up in that case.
As we are beginning to scope out the area, Julian does like an inhuman kind of whistling noise that gets the attention of the birds with animalism.
Okay. You cool them down.
And when when I have their attention, I will get low to them and say to them, "If I give you some food, can you tell me things?"
Are you going to use animalism?
Yes.
Hmm. Couple of magpies fly off the edge of one of the roofs nearby. And they flutter on down right next to you.
Uh, Julian looks a bit happy to see that these are particularly magpies. They are known to be intelligent birds. And uh, he will go into one of his pockets and bring out a very shiny coin and kind of hold it up in his fingers to see if it gets his attention.
The magpies are very interested in the shiny coin.
And I tell them and kind of describe what the building is. Can you guys look around the building and tell me how many people with two legs are there?
Okay.
So I'll give you the coin if you do that. I even have more coins if you want them.
Roll me manipulation plus animal chem plus animalism.
Okie dokie. And does the coin give me any bonuses, just to be sure?
Um, I'll give you plus one dice for the coin.
All right. Just to be sure, because I know my Alycat is one. Manipulation. Yep, it's two. So yep, that is 6 dice. That's three
Okay,
successes.
3 successes. All right. No, the birds are very receptive to your commands and your proposals, and they will fly on towards the building that sort of rests alongside the edge of the river. It's not a very large building. It's only 1 floor in height. Like, it's not like a large warehouse or anything. It's more like a sort of. It's closer to like some sort of like rundown bar or something like that. It just happens to sit on the edge of the pier. It's not a bar, but I'm just trying to give you an example of its general size.
When Julian sees it, it's almost he almost tries not to chuckle, like could they be any more obvious?
It's pretty grimy. It's fairly cold and damp. You're right next to the river. There's actually a stairway around the back of the building, which you can actually see if you're just looking off to its side. That leads into the river itself, where like a small boat could dock up.
That could be a problem later on.
Half the
And
building just kind of hangs off the side of I'm sorry. It kind of is built on top of a river. It's elevated.
And there's no boat there right now, right?
There's no boat there right now. No.
That might give us more time. People start trying to run. And with that, Goodman kind of scans the sky to see if the bird comes back.
The birds take a few minutes. You see them briefly circle the area before they sort of glide down and out of view. And about 5 or so minutes later, you see them fly back up and towards you again.
With coin in hand, I said, I make it available, but I don't quite give it to them yet. I just simply asked them, what did you see?
Ooh, about a whole nest's worth of bright faces.
With an animal kid of 2, can I translate that into typical mathematics?
At least 10? Obviously, don't really understand the concept of math quite as well as you do.
But at least having an idea would help me out. So a nest would be possibly
Yeah.
around 10 or so.
They do understand the concept of 1, not 1, and 0. And many things. But precise numbers are a little bit hard for them to give.
Then I'll ask them, did any of them feel weird to you?
No.
And I look over to Alycat. I kind of gauge her response if she can understand the bird or not.
I think you can make it, right?
I was gonna say, I presume I can.
You have animalism, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can understand this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And Julian was saying, well, taking the word of what our little friend says, there's no vampires there.
They could see.
That is
If
true.
there's a cellar, there might still be.
Well, thank you for a good day's work, and he will present the coin to the magpie.
They'll gleefully snap up the magpie and fly on off to parts unknown to stash their prize.
Alrighty then. At least 10 people, that's obvious, that we'll interact with. And if there's a basement, maybe a 10 more, maybe 10 less. And looking at this place, there seems to be, and it's obvious there's at least maybe 2 or 3 floors, or maybe just a catwalk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
I'm
is
still
there
gonna presume that there will be a basement as well.
You can both tell by the sort of structure of the building, because part of the building juts out onto the river, kind of like a pier would. It probably doesn't have a basement.
Okay.
any ladders to the roof or to the siding, the climb up on?
To be honest, given that it's a single floor building,
No, good then. No.
it wouldn't be very hard for you to just jump up onto the roof.
Do we see
I
any
don't have
cameras?
potence, but
Well, pardon, sorry?
I'm thinking unless the building's that short, like I don't have potence, but physical intensity might be able to help.
Physical intensity, you should be able to jump up. Anyone with vigor could also easily jump up this
Yeah.
building.
That's it.
Would not be very
Vigor.
difficult.
Yeah.
It's sort of wide but quite flat, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
But even then, it's not that wide. Like it's fairly humble in its size.
There's a small kind of disappointed sound from Julian. It's like, I should have brought my climbing gear. All right. Well, let's keep low and see if we can observe anything from the roof.
Hmm.
Do we see any cameras, Chris?
Cameras? Make me a wits plus composure roll. And you have trained observer.
Mm-hmm.
Which means this roll is an 8 again.
Yep. How did you say that again? 8. I think this was this way. No, it is. I'm doing it wrong.
You almost got it.
That's it. Only one success.
You still succeed. You do, in fact, see a couple of cameras out the front of the building.
Okay. And at the pier? Because I'm going to
Around the
presume this
back,
one as well.
around the back of the building, where the stairway into the river is, to the little mini dock. There is another camera.
Okay.
There aren't many cameras. It's literally just the 3 from what you can see.
Mm-hmm.
But they do monitor the entrances.
Okay. And how many windows are there in this building? Is it just a few, or none at all, or nothing but windows?
You're not sure if there's let's see. There's a window, curtains closed, on the left and right side of the front of the building.
Mm-hmm.
None around the left and the right side of the building.
Okay.
If you were to go around the back or wanted to head up to the roof to check if there are windows there, you'd need to make a stealth roll.
Okay. But basically, from what I can see right now, is that the sides are basically like blind spots. Because there's no cameras and no windows.
Yeah. But there doesn't appear to be a
Okay.
direct way in unless one were to just knock down the wall.
Yeah, no, but if we're climbing on the roof, then best way to do it is either left or right side of the building.
Mm-hmm.
So Alycat will point that out to Goodman.
He'll nod to that.
Okay. So, what else do you do? You know where the cameras are.
Hmm.
You're not so close yet that you'd need to make a stealth check. But if you intend to approach the building and examine it more closely, you will need to make a stealth roll. Doesn't appear to be anyone outside the building.
I do have one more question though regarding the surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
Just like kind of walking through them as we did. I take it I can find like the quickest way back to my bike in case of in case it's necessary. But what I'm also interested in is as we walk around, the last place that Ali investigated, or the first one, because they're the same, had a specific type of graffiti. Does she notice anything like that in the surroundings of the building, or like on the walls of the building itself?
You notice a similar graffiti on the walls of this building, yes. Only on the left wall.
Okay. She'll take a picture of that and send it to her sire's gang, and probably also going to send it to Azariah.
Excuse me.
You just send like a picture of the image of the graffiti.
Yeah. And just, quickly the location. So, Whitechapel, this address.
You get a reply just saying that's the place.
Okay. She'll delete all those messages again.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. So she'll look at Goodman. It's like, so you want to go for the roof then?
Julian?
He would follow suit. No reason to keep ourselves separate.
You want to separate?
No reason to keep ourselves separate.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean... Okay, so I guess they will head towards the building and try and attempt to climb up on the roof. So, stealth checks, I presume?
Make a dexterity stealth roll to make it up to the building, and then when you want to climb up to the roof, make me a strength plus athletics roll.
Okay.
If you have vigor, you may ignore the strength plus athletics roll. Vigor actually allows you to jump great distances as a passive ability.
I am going to. Let's see. Do I really want to do that? Yes, I do. I can use my willpower for something else. I am going to use a blood for physical intensity, reducing me down to 3 vitae. So hopefully I made that stealth roll. athletics, which I think my athletics is just 2. Yep.
It was strength athletics to get on the roof, right?
Strength plus
Yes.
athletics, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And Julian, did you spend a blood point?
Yes, you did.
Okay. All right. You are a very hungry right now.
They are very hungry, and there's unsuspecting humans that are full with the food.
Hmm. You both climb to the roof of the building. There is a small ceiling window, just not very big.
Okay. Let's see if we see anything interesting downstairs. Or, inside the building.
Okay. You have kindred senses, so actually you look at it through the window panels. It is fairly bright in there. You can see various individuals. Looks like they are. Uh, looks like they're dressed as dog workers, or industrial workers. And you see them shuffling around various containers, largely crates and iron canisters.
But is it obvious that they're disguised, or do they look like they're dock workers?
Um, Given that you've been directed to this place, in regards to it being a drug trafficking operation, either they're on the take or they are just playing a role.
So likely, but not for sure.
Hmm. If they are, they're certainly not innocent.
All right. How many bodies?
From what you can see, you can't see the whole. You can see the main room, which is fairly large, but you know it's not the whole of the building. You see about 8 people in there. Alycat, you recognize one of the figures. Remember Greg?
Rick?
Greg, yes. He was the guy you intended to catch the last time. In fact, he was the guy you were following. But
Oh, shit.
he got away from you, or rather, you got away from him, depending on the perspective.
Yeah.
There are a couple of individuals inside that do not look like they're dressed for the occasion. And they're just wearing sort of casual clothes and a hoodie. There's like 3 of them in there. And they appear to be discussing something with Greg. Looks like a deal's going down. Although nothing's yet been shown or been exchanged. But he appears to be showing the 3 individuals around.
Is there any people that seem like, I'm going to use the word straggler, that seem to be away from the herd?
And most of them are clumped up in groups of 2, but there's a couple of them which are sort of off doing their own thing. Either just standing watch by a door, or one of them's heading outside to have a cigarette.
Ooh, where's the... Can I get in position to be above him when he's doing that?
Yeah, that wouldn't be very hard. You've already succeeded the stealth check, so nobody's currently aware you're on the roof.
All right, with the person getting the
Also,
cigarette.
I wanna.
Oh, yes? Saskia?
Oh, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. I just I want to take pictures of the 3 guys making a deal as well, because they could potentially be new leads. So basically the same situation, making a picture, then transferring it to her sire and to Azariah, and then deleting everything from her phone again.
Yeah. You think they're dealers? This is certainly not where, from your street knowledge and from your prior experience in already investigating this matter, you think this is a distribution hub, and Greg is currently making a deal with some street level dealers, lower on the totem pole than him, potentially not even affiliated with his group, maybe just a third party that's looking to buy in. They don't look particularly highbrow, and don't appear to be from, don't overtly appear to be from any higher level criminal organization. These appear to be street level criminals looking for something to sell.
With the man that's smoking outside, is there any particular range of predatory aura, or is it just simply eye contact? Or line of sight, really? Yeah.
What do you mean? You detect predatory auras when you look at someone.
No, lashing
or
out
when you
my
touch
predatory
them.
aura.
But yes.
No, I wish to lash out with my predatory aura.
Oh, okay. What in what way? The raffle beast, competitive beast, or the seductive beast?
Well, my plan is to try to feed off of him, and if I can get more information off of him, that would be even better. So I'm actually going to use the seductive beast as I try to go back down and try to interact with this guy. Because I believe by using the seductive beast, you give them the wanton condition.
Yes, you can.
So that will make him more receptive to talk to me. And that is presence plus blood potency. And just for just to make sure, I will spend a willpower if that's okay.
Yeah. So it's presence plus your blood potency.
Yep.
+3 from the willpower. -2 because that is his resolve.
All right. So that was a good thing I did that then. Just
Mm,
my
yeah, but-
willpower.
Actually, I'm not sure they get to. I'm not sure they actually get minus. Let me double check real quick.
Might be a contested roll, so we can check real quick.
Yeah, I'll just double check. I think. Okay, he cannot contest you. He's immortal.
Okay. And do I get a +1 because I'm hungry right now? Or was that
Yes.
sensing predator auras? Okay, just wanted to be sure.
You'll be for 1 minute.
Oh no. It would have been really awkward if I got another dice, but yeah, maybe not. So now, that's the last time I used it. So actually, that should be at 5. So add that to it. Actually, that should be, I believe.
And I'm back. And you rolled 4 successes. So, the guy who's currently having a cigarette you see him twitch and his body tense as you lash out with your beast. Alycat, you sense this. It's very obvious when a beast lashes out to a kindred. It's not a subtle maneuver.
Yep, she's just gonna stick to the roof and be on guard.
The guy who's currently taking a cigarette begins going through the
Oh,
entire box.
Chris,
Hmm.
I'm looking at the wonton condition. Uh, a exceptional success is at a 3 instead of a 5.
Pardon?
No, no, okay, no. That's when I'm trying to seduce them. They're exceptional at 3 of 5. Not that the thing is exceptional at a 3. My bad. I read that wrong. Nonetheless, yeah. Goodwin will kind of probably not a real quiet way to fall down, but if he can, he'll try. Or if there's something he can just climb down to get back to the ground floor, he'll interact with this man.
So you just kind of climb down off the roof in front of him.
Well, not in front of him. I don't want to necessarily be in direct eyesight to fall right next to him going hi, because that might freak him out a little bit. It's more just walking around the corner if I can.
Okay. Just make me another quick deck stealth roll.
All right. One.
Okay, he doesn't notice you. You kind of end up falling down, but he doesn't notice.
Goodman will kind of whisper to him to get his attention and see if he turns to meet him.
Ah, fuck! He ends up dropping one of his cigarettes. Jesus, you like fucking Eddie Kruger? What the fuck?
He shakes his head and just simply goes, I heard there's a place where to get the stuff.
What?
And he goes, and he kind of looks around nervously. The Violet. So my cousin told me about this place.
Your cousin? I haven't seen you around here before. Who sent you?
And
He
he's
says as
like,
he takes like another cigarette
and he
and
goes,
begins coughing.
so, and he just simply goes, my cousin Chris, man. So it's not like I'm trying speaking to Bigwood. I'm just trying to get my fix, right?
He he gauges you intermittently broken up by sporadic coughing and spluttering. Oh, fuck. Can't get enough of these tonight. Look, I have no idea what you're talking about. We don't sell that sort of stuff here.
I was like,
I'm just he like does a sort of kind of gestures to himself and to his luminescent jacket.
and when he says that, bringing out
night
some
shift, all right.
bringing out some money and kind of not necessarily wave it around, but make it visible. It's like, man, I brought over 200 euros. I got some. So I got some back over there. Like, you tell me you got nothing.
Make me a manipulation plus persuasion roll.
Would
How
this?
many dots of cash are you using?
I actually have three dice for this.
You have plus 3 dice?
Yep.
Wow, you're offering him a lot of money.
And if this is considered a temptation, it's -2 to resolve for composure.
He suffers a -2 dice penalty. Yep, just make me manipulation plus persuasion plus 3.
That's 2 successes.
He snatches the money out of your hand a little bit too quickly. And he says, "I'll have a word of the boys you wait here." And he goes to head back into the building. After just kind of dropping the cigarette, empty cigarette box.
Before he goes, all right, he'll actually say, "Nah, man, just all right, I'll just be right over here. Just bring the stuff."
Can you make me a resolve plus composure roll, please?
Yes.
-2 because you are hungry.
That's 1 success.
Okay. You manage to resist the desperation of your beast, but it leaves its mark on you as it always does.
Yes.
And you gain a tempted condition.
Yes. Hopefully I'll get the fix of that once he comes back.
Alycat, you see the man head back into the building.
Okay, was she able to hear the conversation?
We'll say you did.
Okay. Then she's just kind of going to look over the roof, and just kind of wave to Goodman, but she'll stick onto the roof because she knows there's at least one person in the building who has seen her. I believe she was.
Oh, that was weird.
That was very strange. Everybody got kicked out. Or I got kicked out. I don't know about anybody else, but yes. Sorry, Saskia. Please continue.
That she's gonna, not show herself just yet because there's at least someone in the building that has seen her, even though she was wearing a hoodie at the time. It's better if she stays a little out of sight, back up if necessary. So she's just gonna, kind of wave to Goodman, but refrains from getting down yet.
Okay. So what happens next is you will see the man who just re-enters the building have a word with Greg. It appears to be some rampant yelling. The deal that's been going down, the product has been shown at this point. You see some people, you see him call some people over, and they pull over kind of a large iron barrel. And
Can I videotape this?
yes,
Okay, will do.
the product is shown. The iron barrel's full of violet, full of it. You can even smell it from where you're standing or where you're kneeling. And one of the loosely dressed men pulls out a kind of opens a duffel bag, and it is full of money. You see Greg begin to count it. Roughly, he's not super precise. There's a lot of money in here. It's not exactly well kept or well organized. It's not neatly stacked. But the man who re-entered the building interjects. You can actually hear Greg yelling from the window. He doesn't seem happy to have been disturbed.
Mm-hmm. Can I make out the words?
Yeah, you can make out the words loosely. It's largely along the lines of "fuck off, I'm in the middle of something." To which the man says, "Oh no, there's a guy outside. He wants some of the V. Looks like a junkie." He says, "Well, we don't bring other people's customers here. What the fuck? Send him off." And the other man says, "He's got a lot of money." To which catches Greg's attention. He still looks angry. Calls over to a man. Calls him Joe. Tells Joe, just grab a handful. Give it to him. And then looks at the man who's interrupting. "You deal with this shit show." And then turns back to the other dealers and says, "Sorry about that." It's more or less how the conversation ends, and then they sort of resume their deal.
Okay. She's gonna keep watching. Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
Okay. You keep watching.
Yeah, keep watching the deal and try to hear any kind of like names or addresses.
You get some first names or
So
street
that's it.
aliases, but nothing concrete. But it's
Okay.
something you can tap later. although it's pretty clear that Greg and these two dealers are the biggest three dogs in the room. Everybody else looks either
Yeah.
to be a hangers-on or hired help or some low-level grunt.
Okay. I might have a few questions later, but skip for now.
Okay. Julian, man comes scurrying out of the building with your stuff. With the stuff, as you refer to it.
And there's a look of absolute relief and almost franticness from him, and waits for the man to get closer to him to hand off the stuff.
All right, you said you had some cash, right? Like you had it like round the corner or something?
Yeah, right over here.
Yeah, go get it then.
That's it. And with that, um, Julian thinks is like, okay, this is weird. He should be not necessarily following where heads are healed, but he should be going where the money is. I'm surprised he's being so hesitant in his mind.
He clearly wants the money. He just wants you to go get it.
Yeah. And he will go past the corner, and he will wait a minute and see if this guy gets impatient and tries to follow him. If not, he will come back.
He somewhat eyes the corner suspiciously. Of course, you're around the corner. You don't really see that. How long do you intend to wait?
Just like 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
Just want to see if he is that impatient. Not sure, but if he doesn't come by, then Julian will come back with more money from just one of his pockets.
I'll make a quick check. He's not very good at this, but he gets a dice penalty. He does technically get a dice. Okay. After a few minutes, he sort of takes a peek around the corner.
All right, and right when he does that, I want to pull at him and take a bite into him.
Okay, roll me a strength brawl.
Alrighty, and I'll spend a VT on this because I'm gonna get my fill anyways.
Oh, need to back up to dice roll one. Okay, so you grab him. And you're gonna take a bite out of him?
Oh, I'm gonna feed from him.
Pardon?
I'm going to feed from him if I can.
Okay. How much are you going to take?
I'm gonna take enough where he's drowsy, so that's around what, 4 or 5.
4 or 5 will put him in significant
Oh yeah, he's a regular mortal.
significant danger. I mean, that's almost half somebody's blood pool. That's extremely dangerous.
No, then no, I'll take 4 blood from him.
You take 4?
Yep, I'll take 4 from him.
Okay.
And kind of, if he gets weaker, I'll kind of place him to the ground and more or less make him feel like he's comfortable. Kind of, if he's too tired to really respond, kind of put him in position like he fell asleep or just got tired, if that's the thing. If not, just place him on the ground.
Yeah, he falls unconscious.
And with that, feeling not nearly as hungry, uh, it's like you kind of take this moment to revel in the moment momentarily, and then phone keeps going off, and then kind of check this guy, see what he has on him.
Um, so he's got a driver's license on him, a wallet, about £20 in cash on him, debit card, credit card. That's about it.
Mm.
He does actually have a shank on him. But little else.
Yeah, mildly disappointing, but figures. It's not that important. But he also knows that if he's gone for too long, people might take time to notice. What he really wanted was the blood and see if he had anything that might be useful on him. With that, he will use part of the shank to cut part of his hand and feed this man a point of blood.
Gonna feed him a point of blood.
Yeah.
Okay. Your beast is not happy after such lengths you went to rejuvenate yourself. It is not pleased that you're giving a point of blood back up to this person. Of course, feeding vitae to this person isn't necessarily going to make them all that much healthier. Depends on how much vitae you decide to give them.
Well, he's at 6, and feeding him at a 7 might put him back conscious, maybe. If not, I will have plus with the wanting condition right now. Once he comes back to, he will probably come looking for me.
Well, you know it will take you at least a few minutes with your medical skill. You could feed this person blood, and given that it is vitae, it will enter their system, and the body won't reject it. But it will take you at least a few minutes to examine whether or not they're okay. Of course, you know you took a lot of blood from them. Just giving them a single point of giving them a single blood point back. They may not die, but doesn't mean they're going to be in good shape.
No, not necessarily. But Vitae has closed wounds and fixed bones before.
How long do you remain with this person?
Oh, at this point, I'm actually just going to stay with them since I'm invested in this guy, and Cat will most likely stick with me if something goes wrong. Because it's not like we're trying to disrupt the operation, we're trying to gain information to disrupt it later, unless things have changed.
Okay. He is breathing. However, after about 5 minutes, he is not woken up. Alycat, at this point, Julian's been gone around 10 minutes, just around the corner. Really not far from the building at all.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
At this point, also, the dealers and Greg appear to have made their deal. And the dealers are going to effectively have emptied the duffel bag of their cash and are having the violet dumped into the duffel bag, and
Okay.
are going to are kind of going to leave.
Okay. Question. You said it was the V was in some sort of a metal container thing at first.
Yeah, it was like a little metal barrel,
Okay.
like used
Is
to
there a
hold
brand
liquids, oil, and
on?
stuff.
Yeah. Is there like a brand on the container?
No, the container is just blank. It's kind of a
Mm,
sort of
kind of figured.
scratched up, rusty metal barrel.
Okay. But it looks like it came from like a chemical lab or something.
Looks industrial.
Industrial. Check. Do I see any kind of brands or throughout the facility?
This place is pretty devoid of any company branding or the like.
Yeah. Okay. Um. So Ali kind of wants to know where these three are going. So she presumes that they'll have something. So she kind of wants to follow them, but she is also sort of wondering where Julian went to. Then again, there's not been any raised alarms or anything yet, so whatever he's doing, he's not like, like the group is not yet interested in him, so she's gonna see if she can like track these three people, see what kind of car they're getting in, that kind of stuff.
Okay. You see them get into actually a fairly nice looking blue four-door.
Does it look like a rental or like a car that they might own?
You're not sure, but they seem to give a substantial amount of money over to Greg, so wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for them to own a nice vehicle.
So can she get the
They
drive the plate number?
Yeah, you can easily snap the phone number. Sorry, the snap the license plate number with your phone. There we go.
Okay. She can't get to her bike and then follow the car like physically right now. That's not possible. And so I think she's just gonna let them drive off and wait for Julian.
Okay.
With this guy, for the most part, pretty much pacified. And doesn't want to. He's gonna try to go back to Alycat, but he doesn't want necessarily this guy to be a problem. So he's just gonna duct tape his mouth, zip tie his hands and legs, and even reinforce the ones to his legs with duct tape.
Okay. Alycat, did you just go back on the roof, or did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she's
well,
not left the roof.
Yeah, you haven't left the roof, so Okay. You do see as you sort of photo the vehicle and try to get its license plate. What you can do, you can actually it shows up more clearly in your eyes than it does on your camera. As a kindred, your eyesight in the darkness is impeccable.
Okay.
The photo's a bit murky. You can make out the license plate number, but its quality's pretty poor. But you do see a couple people as they go to leave a couple minutes after. They begin to head out the front and begin heading towards the corner Julian was, well, where he was last seen.
Oh shit. Um. Well, they don't have walkie-talkies or anything, so she's just gonna send him a text. GTFO.
He'll respond because he hasn't seen really what's going on. It's like, we think we chasing somebody?
They're coming for you.
Like, oh, that's different. Scheiße.
You want to make me a wit stealth roll, Julian?
I know.
They're sort of looking around. They don't necessarily beeline for the corner. You went around because they didn't know you went around there, but it doesn't take them long to start heading in that direction either.
What would it take to just grab this guy and jump onto the roof?
So when you this is a quick point of clarification because there may have been some miscommunication. When you went around the corner, do you mean around the corner of the building where the drugs are being stored, or do you mean around the corner of an adjacent building? Because I took it to mean adjacent building.
I was thinking just the other around the corner of the building itself, because I thought if I went to another building, he might be too spooked. But if you think I was in the adjacent building, then we can do that. So that's not a problem.
I was going to say adjacent building because he probably wouldn't have bought your story if it was at the very building he was where the drugs are being stored. He'd be like, how did you make it? Like, why don't you just bring the cash here, you know?
Okay.
Why is it around the corner? But it's not very far. Also provides you with a bit more time. If it was around the corner, you'd be on the left or right side of a building, which for people looking for you, like Alycat would barely have enough seconds to send you a text, let alone enough time for you to send back.
All right.
But I mean, you're only like 20 seconds away from Alycat, so.
Then yeah, I'll just if I can get onto the roof, because that'd be easier to do than trying to hide. Hopefully, I'll just simply have that typical frame of eyesight. So they won't find us.
Do you want to make me a wet stealth roll?
Okay then. It sounds like I don't have the VT to help out with this. So. No. I said, oh balls.
Oh dear. Okay, so two guys, they're just walking around. They fan out a little bit, but not by much. They stay within running distance of each other. They're not exactly a trained military force, but they have some degree of intelligence. They seem cautious, like they've seen a few scraps and know better than to split up. As they kind of initially just head straight out of the building, double check the sides of the building. He's not there. No, he's not around the back. They quickly head on over around the corner of the adjacent buildings, maybe seeing if maybe he was doing a deal around there. Just give himself a bit of distance between him and the building, so as to not arouse too much suspicion. And what they see is, you, Julian, trying to hide yourself in the tied up body.
When I see the person in the CPC of the body,
What the fuck did you do to Mike?
let's say, so, well, the big wigs are gone, so all that's left is the small fries, right?
Oh, there's only 2 people here. I should note you did actually get a phone from that guy. I can't believe I forgot a phone. But yeah, no, the guy did have a phone on him.
Okay. Well, if the big wigs are already left, and it's just the small fries, I might as well do it because, yeah, might as well because 1, I can keep my bees happy, and 2, it's just easier for Julian this way. And I will drop the man, and basically, I'm just gonna rush this dude.
Okay. All right, Alycat, you begin to hear a lot of shouting.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, Julian, you want to rush one down? We're just going to enter combat now. Alycat, you're about a turn away if you want to help or if you want to bug out. It is far enough away that it's not immediately noticed by Grig or his goons.
Okay.
But you have a feeling if they don't come back in the next minute, about
Yeah.
half a dozen heavily armed people are going to exit this building and going straight towards that location.
Oh God. Okay. Check. So what Allie's gonna do is because she's not looking into killing or how long would it take her to reach her bike and drive towards Julian?
Drive towards him.
So that she can basically pick him up and they can rush off.
It'd be about 3 turns. 1 to get to the bike, another to start it, and then another to reach him.
Okay, so that would be within a minute, right?
Yeah, a turn is about
Still like
5
6
to
seconds.
5 to 10. Yeah, like 5 to 10 seconds.
Okay.
So it'll take you about half a minute.
And how many men are there at the moment?
You currently only saw 2 heading out. They weren't expecting anything big.
Okay. Okay. No, in that case, I'll I can't like literally jump on top of one of them, right, from the building.
If it was a bit earlier, you could have, but now they're currently out of your range. If you had vigor, you would have been able to do it.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I'll help out the dude.
Okay, so you're going to head towards Julian and try and help him out?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll just make that your turn. We won't roll initiative for this. We'll just have you go first, and players go first, and NPCs second. They're just mortals. Julian, you're rushing one down.
Yep. I am gonna try to grapple him.
Gonna try and grapple him?
Yep.
All right, make me a strength plus roll.
Oh, that's me. That's totally wrong. I don't quite get my hands on him.
I forgot to apply. Oh no, he doesn't apply defense to strength plus roll, I don't think.
No, it's a contested.
No, you lunge at him, but he's with surprising swiftness. Ducks out of the way. They both take out Shanks. And well, there's no one else to stab at but you.
Nope, it's just me.
What's your defense?
My defense is 1.
Okay. Oh wow, they both miss you.
I'm okay with them doing that.
One misses, the other nicks you slightly on the arm, but the damage barely even breaks the skin. They're yelling, they're screaming. You think they're trying to get as much attention as they possibly can, drawn to themselves.
That's the part I was really hoping they weren't giving them time to do, but it is what it is.
So, Alycat, you round that corner. You see a man who's cuffed, taped, and 2 men trying to stab Julian, screaming at him, "What the fuck did you do to our friend?"
Okay. So one of them will get a baseball bat to the face, I hope.
Oh shit! All right. Are you going
So
for the
that
face, or are you going for the just general?
What's the difference in this setting, like on the difficulty and on the damage?
Yeah. If you can do 5 or more damage to the head, they get the stun tilt, which prevents them from acting, basically. But it's a -3 dice penalty.
No, okay. We're gonna go for a general blow. I don't have that
Okay.
kind of luxury.
Yeah. let's just keep hitting them until they start moving.
Yeah.
It is a
So
baseball bat. It's not a crowbar or.
no.
If you would have hit them around the head, I would have actually converted damage to the lethal. But if you're just hitting them in the body, it will just be bashing
Yeah.
damage.
Okay. So dex weaponry.
Dex, strength plus weaponry, and you're
Oh,
attacking one of them
okay.
in the back, so it's +2 dice as well. But they do have a defense score of 2, so that evens out.
Okay, so it's just okay. I am not very good at this. Shall I point this out now? I have a success. I hit them.
Okay, you hit them for I'll say a baseball bat does +2. It's like a crowbar, but less awful. You smash one in the back, knocking him to the floor. Takes 3 bashing damage. Meets the pavement.
And by the way, did I say that I put my hoodie up? Because I was planning to say that.
That's fine. They still see your face.
I mean, yeah, but at least it's a little less recognizable this way.
Anywho.
Need to buy masks.
Yeah, man, gotta have that wolf mask like I do.
One of them hits the ground immediately and it's just straight up knocked down. Like, he doesn't get back up. Wasn't expecting that. Like, as soon as he's knocked to the ground, you hit him a couple of other times, alley, and he's out. Yeah, he takes the beaten down condition, which means he cannot fight back. which leaves just one. What are you going to do to the other one, Julian? He tried to stab you.
Oh, well, no, man. I still would like to eat some of these people, or at least take something out of them, so I'm grappling them again. I want to feed. They can't scream if they're unconscious.
Well,
Late for that, but still.
so what are you going to do? You guys going to grapple one again?
Yep, I'm going to grapple them again.
Okay.
Alright, that's 2 successes. What does he got?
Alright, this time you establish a grapple with him. You'll need to roll... You'll need to contest him next turn. To take a bite out of him.
Yes.
But you will be able to do so. Alycat. Julian and this man begin struggling with each other.
Okay. Would I get minuses if I try to beat this guy as well? Because Julian is grappling him.
Technically, no. That's the hold maneuver. I haven't done that to him yet.
Yeah, you could help. Or you could beat the guy with your baseball bat.
Yeah, that was what I was planning. Just beat the guy with the baseball bat.
Alright. His defense modifier still applies because he has not been held yet. The two are still struggling with each other, so...
I'm just gonna hope. Again, I have one. It's the same, not like exactly the same dice, except the 1 or the 2 and the 8 have turned places. It's the exact same roll. Okay.
So this guy, Julian, go to struggle. Then you just smash him around the back and he goes down like a sack of bricks.
Man, these guys aren't used
And
to
I would
being
like
hit.
to make the argument that since I came up from behind, they did not get to see my face. Bam.
No, they didn't. Entirely valid. They were largely focused on Julian and you shut them down very quickly, so they didn't really get a good look at you.
Yeah,
At least you think.
I hope.
One can only hope. One can only ever hope.
Mm-hmm.
You have 3 unconscious people, one of which is, well, taped and cuffed and bound.
Ali will look a little surprised at this. It's like, why did you do that?
Well, at the time, I didn't think anybody else was going to be looking for him. At least, well, not necessarily was going to be looking for him, but I thought that would be in the middle of a number maneuver to take advantage of him. That didn't happen.
Uh-huh.
And now their friends are probably becoming, as Julian will pick up one of the unconscious guys, and whatever these wimps are, he starts feeding from this one. Takes 3 blood from this particular body.
Okay. You know taking that much blood will probably harm them.
3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you take more blood than somebody's stamina, they get the drain condition. If you take too much, they'll put a serious medical risk. Like if you took 4 blood from somebody, for example, that's almost half somebody's blood. That requires immediate medical attention.
No, I'm thinking old world. An idea that I didn't have the drink condition was a thing.
I mean, if you took 4 blood from somebody in old world, they still need immediate medical attention.
No, you're right. But no, I'm talking about taking 3 blood from this guy because I was trying to take less, not to put them in. Not to put him on death's door. But if his stamina is only 2, I'm taking 3, and that's really going to tucker this guy out.
Most people only have 2. Of course, some people are healthier than others, and these mortals are particularly prized for their physical vigor and their ability to sustain greater feedings. It's very useful for a hungry kindred. But yeah. To be fair, you are not aware of their physical stats, so
Yeah. So,
how
I
much you
will-
take from the other guy?
all right. So took from the first body, I'm taking 3 because I don't know, and it's not like I need to care about these people. The drug dealers. It's like, and then with the next one, I'll take another 3 and kind of put them next to the other bodies. That we could interrogate them later.
Say that. You both hear a metal door, metal sliding door, open.
Shit. We better make a
You-
run for it.
You hear muffled voices. They're too faint for you to make them out clearly from where you are. They appear to be heading in your direction.
I
They
mean,
appear to be
even
heading
with
at
my
this time.
even with my trained observer, I can't hear them out.
That's fair. Maybe a wits plus composure roll. -3 dice though.
Okay.
You are very far away, and kindred senses don't allow you to hear over vast distances. You can, however, sense about 7 or 8 heartbeats.
Mm-hmm. So -3, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
To make them out clearly.
Unfortunately. No. I got no successes.
Unfortunate. No. You make out the many breaths, the inhales and the exhales, the heartbeats, the flow of blood. These things that, as a kindred, are the things you always notice first and most clearly. But you cannot make out what they are saying to each other. Not clearly.
Okay, so how
Someone
far is
appears to be
the...
barking orders, and you recognize it as Grig's voice.
Yeah. How far is the nearest corner?
Hmm.
'Cause we're gonna-
Well, you're
at
around
least
one right
Ellie is
now.
planning to, get out of here.
Yeah, unfortunately. If you wanted to get back to your bike,
Mm-hmm.
you'd have to go
Which,
past them.
I mean, I placed it 2 blocks away,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no other way I can, like...
The other option is
Fine.
to head round the building.
Uh-huh.
Head round the buildings, head round the blocks.
Yeah.
You could definitely do that. If you wanted to make a beeline for it and rush towards the bikes. Rush towards your bike, sorry. You could do that. You just reveal yourself, but you get there within like a turn or 2. If you went around the whole block, it would take you like a couple minutes, but it is a lot safer, as you correctly speculate.
Mm-hmm. And my Alycat merit, does that give me the ability to sort of like be there a little faster than a few minutes?
I feel like you're literally in an alleyway right now.
So,
So yes, I feel like Alycat would definitely apply. Alycat would benefit from being an Alycat.
Yep.
Because she is in an alleyway.
Julian will look over to Alycat as he is coming to the great realization. Oh crap! Another gangrel that doesn't know how to fight. Damn it! And goes, "I'll be a distraction for them. You can run."
What do you mean we can both run? Why would you?
Because
Because what?
Because I still want this one man that he points down, tied down, and I want to give you the most time to get your bite because I didn't bring a vehicle. Remember?
You can climb on the back of mine. That's no problem.
Yes.
And before either of you can end that
Say-
conversation, would y'all like to roll me with stealth? as they're about to round the corner. You can actually sense them with your kindred sensors pretty clearly at this point. Like it's significant. They're within mechanically. They're within the radius of your blood potency. They're within 10 yards of you at this point, so they are not far away. They could run you down.
I have 3 successes.
All right.
Okay, so Alycat successfully hides. Well, actually, not entirely true. I'm going to have them look for you.
Actually, I am back. I am up to full. But I took 6 blood altogether. So yeah.
Okay.
3 successes.
Okay. As you go around the corner, they see you both as you round the corner.
Yeah.
Seriously?
4 successes.
Uh,
Didn't you have
Jesus
Alycat? Didn't you get
Christ.
like? Where's your extra dice from Alycat?
Oh wait, I didn't roll them. Is it 1 extra dice?
How many dice do you have?
I keep forgetting to
Oh
add
wait,
them.
no. It's 1 second, because that merit does multiple things.
Yeah.
So.
I thought I was for like getting away and things like that. I
There's
have
a
2
couple
dots
of-
in it, by the way.
Yeah, you have 2 dots in it, which Oh, that means your 3 successes counts as exceptional. So I will actually have that. It doesn't affect contested actions. But it affords you the benefit of an exceptional success. So
I need to write that shit down somewhere.
I will say, because you got an exceptional success, even though you lost, you lost the contest. They do not get a good look at you at all, for one, and you get a head start on them. Like, they see sort of your leg around the corner, and they know somebody was there other than Julian, who they see quite clearly as he attempts to hide himself. But you have a reasonable chance to lose him if you keep running. Julian, on the other hand, while he can attempt to escape, he can definitely do that. Has been clearly noticed, and they do get a good look at you.
Hey,
Doesn't mean they know who you are, of course.
Because we did that one job, so I still have that wolf mask. So they know some freak in a wolf mask is carrying their mate.
Well, you don't have a mask on your equipment list, and you weren't wearing a mask when you walked up to the building. You did not announce that.
No, I did not, because I wasn't planning on wearing it.
Mm-hmm.
I am visible to them. And you'd be
So
better at this.
they do very much see your face.
And you really don't want me just to knock them all unconscious or kill all the Alycat? There's only like 7 of them left.
Now, of course,
I
you're
mean,
quite
Ali
famous,
is-
Julian, in certain
Go on.
fields. But yes, so
Because honestly, that might be easier, because I don't need these guys talking around with my face. It just
what
might
is
take
what
a
is
long time.
what is gonna be the response from? I assume Alycat wants to run.
Yeah.
Okay. Alycat, you're gonna run.
It's going to be a problem when she notices that Julian isn't following, but
What does Julian want to do?
How many are there, actually? Really, how many are there?
There's about 8 of them.
If I go into frenzy, I actually probably could take them.
Two of them are armed with guns. The others have knives and prison shanks and the like.
Oh yeah, I could totally take these guys. Okay. Especially if they went down to baseball bats that easily. I could easily take these guys out. As long as my dice rolls aren't terrible. The main thing is when they run, which they actually can't outrun me when I'm in frenzy. So, yeah. Is as awkward as it is and selfish it is, this makes more sense to Julian from the information that he's got. And he'll just drop the man. He'll spend the willpower to stir the beast, and he'll basically tell them, kill them. Kill them all. But he'll try to keep in mind for the name guy named Gurik, not to kill that one.
That would require you to ride the wave.
Yes, I will be riding the wave.
If you wanted to exercise even the remotest form of restraint, you'll need to ride the wave.
Yeah, I will roll to ride the wave.
At least, or if you want to create exceptions to the goal you set for the beast.
That's the idea. The exception is that man. The exception.
Yeah, it can't. Yeah, it's not that complex, but yeah. Well, I guess Alycat is going to be getting a free ride out of here.
God damn it. This is gonna get... Yeah.
Oh dear. All right then, Alycat, you can declare fair escape.
Okay.
Julian, there's like 8. There's 8 people here. The 7 count as a swarm. Greg counts as his own entity.
All right, then I will spend the. I will spend the willpower to stir the beast and the other willpower to help with my ride the wave roll.
Okay.
And I am now down to, at least if I survive this, I'll be down to 2 willpower.
Oh dear. Okay, make the roll. We need to get 5 successes, if I recall.
Eventually.
So, if you don't get it this turn, they will have a chance to attack you.
All right, 3 more to go.
Bit
So I'm getting
unfortunate.
angry, but I'm not in control.
I will allow you to spend blood for stuff like resilience.
All right. So, unless I can take a dodge action, there's nothing else I could do. Besides that, I'm just trying to focus my mind and get ready.
Okay. We're gonna hit you.
And my defense is 1 right now, unless I'm technically in frenzy. Then my defense would be 2.
Huh. Oh wait, no, they should be getting more dice because they're a swarm. Oh wow, okay. They actually miss you. Greg takes out his gun. As you struggle with your beast, you notice this looks like a very heavy looking revolver. It's not something you've seen before. He's going to take a shot at you. Your defense does not apply to gunshots.
All right.
Only celerity can do that.
Yes.
Ooh. And he hits you pretty hard.
All right.
He hits you for... He hits you for 5 bashing.
Is it still considered bashing, even though I thought it might be considered lethal? Or is that just... No, that's a human thing.
No. Kindred treat all mundane weapons against them as bashing.
No,
unless they're of size 10 or greater. So if you're hit by a car, it's, or rather, It's not true. If you're hit by a car, it's still bashing. If someone picks up the car and starts using a weapon against you, then it counts as lethal.
Then I do have my kill bar vest, which gives me resistance 3 to ballistics, and I can spend a point of blood and resilience to reduce that down to 0 damage.
Okay. He piles rounds into you. And then he starts backing off from the rest of the group. But the group kind of take the front. You can roll me your thingamajig again.
All right. More ride the wave rolls.
You must continue to spend willpower if I recall. Oh no, no one costs because you're at you have that coil.
Yeah, I'm at level 3, so I
Yes.
could just keep on rolling. Power of the Ordo. All right, 2 more.
2 more. Okay. The guy shanking you.
All right.
Managed to inflict 3 bashing on you. Some are trying to pin you, others are just shoving their knives into your chest.
So I need to try to soak 3 bashing, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then I will spend another vitae and plus the armor. Again, reduce it down to 0.
Okay.
My vampire said, "No, I don't need body armor. It's fucking dumb." It's like, it's there. You should use it.
Greg continues to let off rounds into you and does another 6 bashing damage.
Alright.
Hey, Alycat, where are you going?
Going to my bike. So wearing a helmet or putting a helmet on. So if I were to drive back there, yeah, I might be able to help out. Oh God, I feel so stupid. I'm gonna help out, but like on the bike. So modern jousting is gonna be baseball bats to the back from a
Okay,
bike.
you'll need to get on your bike and start it first.
Oh yeah, I get that.
So that will take at least a turn.
Mm-hmm.
Probably take you a couple of turns because you need to get to the bike, start it, and then drive it at people.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, you took 6 bashing, by the way, Julian. Did you circle that down to 0?
I took it down to 1.
Took it down to 1. Okay, so you do take a damage.
Yes. I am mildly annoyed.
You are mildly annoyed, such is the power of the kindred, to be mildly annoyed by dozens of knife wounds and bullet holes in their chests.
They should think themselves lucky. I could lash out at them and just make them shit their pants. I'm just gonna kill them and beat them up. There's no embarrassment in that.
Okay. Roll me roll me your thing again. Turn to frenzy. You're almost there.
Yep, I just need 2 more.
Keep in mind that your tempted is reducing the dice.
Oh, I did not know that. Then I should have reduced it down.
Yeah,
by 1.
tempted does reduce. It's a dice penalty towards. Let me just double check to see if it also applies to riding the wave. I think it does. Oh no, just resisting frenzy. You do not succeed. Oh dear.
That's unlucky. Maybe I'll get it next time because they haven't been doing much to me yet.
Yeah, you can just keep going because you don't need to spend willpower, so you can just keep trying to ride the wave until you get it. Alycat, you reach your bike as you sort of round the block around this group. Nobody really notices you.
Yay.
You notice Greg has taken out his phone.
Oh.
You might want to stop him.
He also like
I'm working on it.
So he's taking out his phone. He's pointing it at the group and the massive carnage that is happening, and just sort of Julian just being pinned to a wall and being just throttled with knives. Oh, dice cord is being difficult. Why is it being difficult? That's annoying. Okay, it's not working there either. Okay, so I'm just gonna. Oh no, that's working. Just going slowly. Okay, so you take another 4 bashing from the swarm of mortals that are just stabbing you, and they're getting really confused at this point. Like, you should be physically dead. There's no excuse. There's no real illusion to it at this point. They're like they're sort of. They keep seeing you struggling, and they're looking quite concerned and scared. I mean, concerned is an understatement. They look quite terrified and also confused. This doesn't make any sense to them. Meanwhile, Greg is just popping off shots as he continues to back away from you. He's actually quite far back now. And let's loose another few rounds into your chest, doing 6 bashing.
All right, then. With the 2 extra vitae I spent altogether. Actually, no, I only spend 1 per round anyway.
You can only spend 1. You have blood potency 1.
Yeah. So then I'm not going to spend resilience on them. So they did what? 3 bashing, right? Or was it 4?
You took 4 bashing from the mortals, and from the mortal swarm, and 6 bashing from Greg, as the bullets he is laying into your body are beginning to add up. And
Okay.
No mortal could reasonably survive this.
No,
this is definitely not natural.
I might have to deal with a breaking point later on. But I will spend against his shot. But all the damage together, I would have gained 5 bludgeoning, which puts me at 6.
Well, you soak all the damage you take in. It's not just for any one attack; it's for all the. It's against every attack you take in that turn.
Oh, okay. So then so 3 plus 6 is 9, and I can soak up to 5. So I take 4 bludgeoning then.
Yeah, I think Kevlar only protects 1 against
1
melee
versus
attacks.
general and 3 versus ballistics.
Yeah.
So
I think you take a single versus them.
Okay.
But again, you are really mildly annoyed. That said, your armor's taking a lot of damage at this point. Like, it's been stabbed a dozen times over, which isn't really as well built to withstand. And the bullets it's handling quite well, actually, but it's just the amount of people on you and the amount of wounds you're taking are beginning to stress the integrity of the armor.
Hate that to buy another one. So 5 bludgeoning, and I'm gonna roll again. Hopefully, I'll get the 2 that I need.
Hey, oh no, that was me. You're my star.
It shouldn't be this hard. It's one things I'm good at. Dice rollers be dice rollers. Oh my gosh. 1 more.
Oh my god. This is a really unfortunate set of rolls. He should be well in riding the wave at this point.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm surprised by Beast. Just fuck it. Just let me frenzy. This is getting ridiculous.
Alycat,
Mm-hmm.
you're at your bike. You did
Yeah.
it. Do you want to start the bike?
Yay. Yes.
Okay. So, a couple of things you notice as you go to start your bike from the sort of farther, more how to say, the not the bird's eye view, but the
Cat's eye view.
sort of
Mm-hmm.
cat's eye, yeah. The audience perspective, as it were. You're quite far back from all of the action, quite frankly. Again, you kept your motorbike like a couple blocks away. It was well hidden. So you don't, you're really quite far back from the action. You see that Greg at this point. He's he's heavily distanced himself from the group. In fact, he's on his phone and he's running to a vehicle.
God damn it. I want to stop him. Like, he's my target now.
He's your target now. Okay. Yeah, he's running to his car, which will take him a full turn to get to. As he's on his phone. He's saying something, but you are legitimately too far away to hear him naturally.
Mm-hmm.
How's it gonna shank your boy? They do. They continue to pin you, slam you against the pavement, continue to knife you. Certain members of the gang are beginning to scatter. Like a couple of them are like, "What the fuck? How is he not dead? How is he still struggling? What is this? What the fuck is going on? What is this Frankenstein show?" Like the gang is actually falling into panic, particularly now that Greg is departing. Some of them are departing with him, although in varying directions.
So they got that smell of fear on them, and I have the beast sense. They can't run. I'll be able to literally follow them throughout the whole entire city if I want to.
Yep. So
all right. So how much do I take? Since Greg's not shooting me, this should be a lot easier.
yeah, you only take 3 bashing.
Okay, I think I spent another Vitae and I soaked that up. I'm at 4 now, but like I said, I'm killing these guys anyway, so I'm not too worried about that.
Okay, so I feel
Just
like I've
need
messed
one.
up turns over
What in
before.
the actual hell?
Wow, that's actually just funny. I mean, it's not like you can't tank it. Like you've tanked literally an angry mob.
Well, they're gonna start running, and I should have gotten this by now.
This is accurate.
I might as well at this point just go fuck it and just say and not worry about it.
Yeah, at this point, like 3 people have broken off and are running either towards Greg or just away from the engagement because they're like, "What the fuck? I didn't sign up for this. I'm out."
Yeah, it's like seriously,
what is this? What is this fucking zombie man?
Like if you allow me the chance, like I might as well. It's like just do it. I don't need these guys getting away.
Okay, so Alycat, we go to you. Greg's at his vehicle. It's a nice looking car.
For now.
He's trying to get into it, but you started your motorcycle. You could, in free, drive all the way up to him.
Run him down.
Okay. I am going to drive up to him, and I'm going to joust with my baseball bat. So basically gonna, yeah. Gonna smack him from behind with my baseball bats with the speed of my motorcycle from behind.
Okay.
I don't like that dude. I seriously don't like that dude.
No, he's an asshole. So So, if you try and smash him in with a baseball bat while you're driving on a motorcycle, I'll convert the damage you do with a baseball bat to lethal damage.
Ah, okay. Wasn't necessarily what I was going for, but sure.
All he'll know if you get him down to at least if you hit at least his stamina, he'll be stunned. Won't run.
Yeah.
And he'd be so injured he doesn't want to run.
Yeah, that's what's gonna do.
Roll me your strength weaponry.
Okay. Can I
defense
spend
is
a willpower on this roll?
Yes, you can. His defense is 2, so you get +1 dice total.
Okay.
You can also
Yay.
give yourself physical intensity, which gives you +2 dice for every blood point you spend on the roll. It doesn't last throughout the entire combat. It's only for a single turn.
Okay.
Up to your blood potency.
I will do it for this roll then.
Okay.
So how does that work?
It's strength plus weaponry, physical intensity, which is spending a vitae to increase your dice for a roll. Physical roll is +2 dice.
So
and if the willpower is
plus
+3.
3.
Yes, a total of +3.
Yeah.
Yes, you are quite right. Oh wow! Okay, you smash his
Prefer
face.
to not have him dead, but
He's done for sure. He's
no, you have to smash him in the head to stun him.
I thought if you at least hit their stamina, you might they get a certain condition, but I said I could be wrong.
At least not according to Requiem.
Okay.
No,
I'm thinking of a fighting style. There's a grappling fighting style that allows you to.
Well, that's
it's different.
That's probably to do with a fighting style. So you, literally, with bat in hand, like you're about to smash in a mailbox. As you drive by him, you smash that baseball bat straight into him, knocking him straight to the ground with tremendous force. The baseball bat splinters but maintains its integrity as you continue to ride. But much to your surprise, he gets back up.
Fucking ghouls.
Fucker! I was so hoping I'd have him. That was an amazing roll.
It was a very good roll.
I am going to fucking tear his car in half if I get the chance.
He drags himself to his feet and gets in his vehicle. We'll have to drive around a full turn to get back to him. He's sort of panicking to get to his feet. It's not like he's wasting any time. He wasn't expecting you at all. You literally blindsided him.
I mean, didn't I get extra strength because I hit him with the fucking bicycle? Because that was just my normal strength and everything.
I converted all the damage to lethal.
Oh, okay, check.
It's the fact that they got a fucking ghoul. That's took
but
that.
And he should absolutely be unconscious or dead or writhing. Probably dead. But he is dragging himself to his vehicle and just kind of barely conscious opens the door and drags himself into the vehicle as you go to ride around. It'll take you a turn to line up another attempt to whack him. But you'll know he'll be in his vehicle and probably be driving away by then. So
I mean, honestly, doesn't it take him at least longer to get into his fucking vehicle?
Yeah, it'll take him a full turn to start his vehicle, but it will be a lot harder to kind of whack his head when he's inside his vehicle. It will count as it'll be very it'll count as full cover, which is difficult to overcome.
Okay. Well, I'll think about this until it's my turn again.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I'm just quitting. I'm done. This character just all of a sudden died out of nowhere. You're just sheer shock.
Just hey, the people get to shank you first, and they shank you again. Your armor at this point, your armor breaks because it's just been
Too
it's
much.
yeah, it's mosquito bites, right? Like it's got so many holes that it's just become one giant hole. The armor's just kind of fallen apart at this point. I mean, it's sustained minutes of sustained stabbing damage, which really wasn't built to sustain at all, and like at least a dozen or more gunshots. Like it did its job.
No, I'm not unhappy with the Kevlar. All it's telling me is I need to get a guy to make a better Kevlar vest. And also, god damn it, Beast, get in line. This is taking way too long.
This beast is like, not today, Satan. Yeah.
All right. Now, how much did I
We're
need
back up.
just to be
Back
sure?
up. Greg's in his cars.
All right, I roll the way.
Okay,
Roll.
you can go make a strength brawl against the swarm. Kill them all. Like a third of them have ran away anyway. They're fleeing for their lives. You're clearly a monster.
I'm biting them because I need some BTA anyways.
Some people are screaming, running into the night. Others are impotently trying to stab you and kill you and end you, and it has become clear that you are some sort of undying grotesquerie that is far beyond their understanding as you snatch one up, rip out its throat, and kill one.
Oh.
You literally grab the nearest mortal who's stabbing you, literally tear off their head like it's a like you're just snapping a twig and then just drink from the stump.
Like, release! This is ridiculous.
At the other mortals in sheer terror begin to flee. Many of them will not escape. Okay, so Alycat.
Okay.
We'll take your turn to wheel around.
Yeah, which it will take him to get into his car.
Well, you'll take him, yeah. He'll start driving away by the time you get a chance to hit him again. So
I wanna jousting style again, and I wanna smash his front window. Good luck driving.
So you wanna weaken his cover?
Yeah.
Basically. Okay. I'll take your full.
Because I'm planning that he will lose. Okay. He will lose he will not be able to drive because he can't see anything through a smashed window.
So you don't want to shatter the window. That will take a great deal of precision to crack it, but not to shatter it completely. I would definitely dock you a lot of dice for that because that requires a very specific application of force.
That's fine. I'm basically going to do the same as I did last time, so I'm going to spend a blood and I'm going to spend willpower.
Well,
I'll need those rolls.
We'll skip this turn because obviously he's getting into his car, you're wheeling around, so you both cancel each other out in turns. He gets the benefits of full cover, which I need to double check what that does. I know it gives him significant bonuses to not be horribly killed. Yeah. He levies a -3 dice penalty to you because he is substantially concealed. He'll also do another thing, but actually no, you will see this Alycat because you have kindred senses. You begin to wheel around, You see the wounds on him begin to heal, but you sense no predatory aura on him.
I didn't think
Yeah.
people could use VT to heal.
Perhaps is there from a specifically very powerful vampire, I can imagine.
Now, so we go through all of that. Do I need to shank? No, I don't know. I did it before you this time. So yeah, we go to next turn.
Yeah, I see the man running
The
away.
mob is fleeing.
Fuck it.
The man in his vehicle is. It'll take you several turns to reach him.
Can't I jump it?
You do not have potence.
I
you
do
don't
have
vigor,
primal
sorry.
strength.
You do have primal strength.
I have 9 dice plus my athletics.
1 sec. Let me check that merit.
Because I believe it says smashing, breaking, jumping, and throwing things.
That's not jumping.
Yeah, lifting, jumping, or destroying objects.
Oh yeah, you double the strength bonus acquired, so you're getting 2 dice instead of 1.
Yep.
So what is your current dice pool for jumping?
All right, so that would be, since I misread that wrong, that would be 3 plus the 2, which is 5, plus my athletic, which is 2 more, which is 9.
Okay. No, you wouldn't be able to jump that.
No, so not jump there at one leap, but can I jump there just to get closer? Because I don't want him to get away.
I'll say it'll take you 2 turns instead of 3.
Okay.
You can leap great distances, but it still doesn't substitute vigor.
No, that is true.
So you begin to leap towards them. The mortals are fleeing. The mob is fleeing. And you are you are leaping towards Greg's vehicle. Alycat, you want to joust this mofo?
Oh yeah.
You want to just smash his head in, or do you want to see if you can stop his vehicle? You probably won't be able to stop his vehicle. Because you don't have... This is where vigor is very useful. You could just punch the vehicle really hard and it probably wouldn't work. But...
No, but if I break his front window, then he won't be able to see where he's going, so he can't drive anymore.
Well, I mean,
Which
he
won't
will
kill his
be able
vehicle,
to drive,
but...
he just won't be able to see where he's going.
Yeah, which means he will drive into something.
Well, likely to drive. You could get lucky.
Keep in mind, you're having to apply a very specific amount of force to break the window, but not shatter it. If it shatters it, he'll be able to see just fine.
But then, like, if I shatter it, I could hit him, right? So that is also a possibility, to just try and hit him.
Yeah, but yeah, that would count as his substantially concealed modifier.
Okay.
He's in a vehicle. He's quite safe from any form of melee assault, so he does get a significant modifier. Like, imagine trying to hit him. Like, imagine trying to hit somebody inside a vehicle with a baseball bat. Particularly.
Yeah, no, I get it.
That said, you could still do it, and you're confident you may be able to bring him down if you do hit him. He's even though his wounds have begun to heal, he's still heavily wounded and very groggy. Like, he still hasn't really recovered from the blow you dealt to him.
That was why I was kind of like hoping that, you know, if I'd smack his window, he wouldn't be able to, you know, keep the wheel.
So you can what you can attempt to do is you can either attempt to hit him directly, which will levy a minus... His defense is 2 minus 3, a minus 5 dice penalty. Or you can attempt to break the window, but not shatter it. Which is not going to be a strength check, it'll be a dexterity weaponry check. Okay. Minus 4 dice, because you are trying to be very precise in how you apply your force. And and it's not an easy thing to do, really. It's not an exact science.
Yeah.
Also, just a suggestion: if you're willing to sacrifice your vehicle, you could just get in the way.
You could also just crash into him, and that may very well just
Yeah.
disable the vehicle. Granted, you're on a motorcycle, not a car. A car would definitely disable the vehicle. A motorcycle, potentially.
And
You'd have to hit him
If
pretty
you would
hard.
drive into it correctly.
If he drove it, yeah. If he drove into you at speed, it would definitely disable his vehicle. But if it's from a stop, then then the collision won't be as severe, and he may still be able to drive away. You'd also probably use your own bike,
Yeah.
and of course, Alycat cares a great deal about her bike.
I mean,
does have
it's
money.
not a touchstone.
Oh God, it is! Damn it!
No, it's not. It's not. It's not a touchstone.
It is not.
No, if it was that, it would have been like,
touchstone.
No,
It may
it's not
as
a
well
touchstone.
be, but it is not.
I was considering to make it a touchstone, but I changed my mind.
Well, I will say this: if you want to buy it as a touchstone, smashing it into Grig's car is off the table.
Not the way. No, I know. I wasn't
So-
planning on doing that.
I will need a decision.
This is
None of the
difficult.
choices are good, but still you must choose.
Yeah.
You do almost have him. If you pull this off, you will be out. If you don't,
Can I make an
well,
estimated guess which would be the most likely way to get him to stop?
Do you want to make me a wits? Just make me a wits plus intelligence. I don't normally combine attributes together, but I feel it's appropriate here.
Let's also not forget.
Now, wits plus
I
composure.
got 3
but
successes.
Wits. Okay, actually,
Oh.
yeah, that's fine. Okay, no,
Well,
that's
it's the
fine.
same.
We'll
It's
roll
the
it.
same dice pool.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's the same dice pool. I have 3 successes.
You could try and just track him and stalk him instead of trying to take him down. Taking
I
him
was
down,
also considering that.
if you wait for him to feel secure and he leaves the vehicle voluntarily, and you try and follow him, I mean, you know these streets better than most people.
Hmm.
You may
The
be
thing
able
is, how am I
to-
going to get that point across to a frenzying gang girl who's like on the other end of the road?
I don't think you're going to be able to get the point across to him either way.
Well, technically, I'm
Oh.
somewhat in control, but I'm not really in the mood to listen.
Yes. Frenzying is very
Performance.
powerful, but also makes you a bit of a blunt instrument.
Because- In all honesty, that was my first idea. Like, get back to the bike and follow him. But,
Yes, it does make communication almost impossible.
somewhat hard. Yeah.
That's it.
Now, he obviously Julian at least is aware to himself that he's in control enough that he's not a threat to either Alycat or Greg, or at least is only a threat to Greg insofar as he wants to be, because he's riding the wave. But there's no easy way for Alycat to tell that. And well, even when you're riding the wave, communication is difficult. You don't really speak in full sentences. It's more like kill, stop, go here, that sort of thing. It's feral and primitive.
Like, well, what I'm planning to do with the strength that I got is basically hero landing on top of the car and smash it. But I don't know if I have enough time for that.
He's going to be driving away before you have an opportunity to do that. Largely because the mob kept you in place for long enough. Granted, you
Because my
killed
dice
half.
rolls. Fuck the mob. They were dead. They knew it.
You know what? I'll try and shatter his window. Because if he does stop his car and if he is going to run away, I might have enough time to kind of block Julian, and then we'll be able to follow him.
Okay.
So I'm going to try that. So that is Dex weaponry, right?
Dex weaponry, minus 4 dice, I think I gave you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I will be spending another willpower, and I will And what was the thing? How many dice did you get bonus from the blood expenditure?
+2.
+2. Okay. Because that'll literally be my entire dice pool now.
You
But
do
I have a
it.
success.
You manage as you drive by, you smash the window, but it doesn't shatter completely, and it blinds him.
So, and I'm gonna hit the brakes right in front of Julian. And I know this is dangerous because this might mean that he's gonna attack me. But hey, hopefully that will
Julian,
get the point across to stop.
much to your surprise, Julian does have the capacity to stop as soon as you brake in front of him.
He will come out in an annoyed growl, like, move!
Alycat, that's weird. You've never heard someone in frenzy talk before.
Yeah.
So,
Stop. I'll explain later. Stop, please.
as you talk to him, you hear a window smash. And with rumbling of an engine as a car as a car begins to move.
How does my beast take this? Because the prey is getting in the way, and she's
You
definitely in the
both
way.
smell the flow of blood when the window shatters.
Oh,
You both you literally smell it, like blood pouring over somebody's hand and arm. You can sense it innately. Your
Ali
beast
is gonna
immediately
gesture.
points you in the direction of Greg.
Ellie is gonna gesture for Julian to get like behind her on the bike.
the beast would rather run. But bike is faster.
You are riding the wave. As long as you are working towards your objective,
Yeah.
you can take higher function actions to a limited degree. So,
since I also have the beast hungers, my blood potency is considered higher based off of my ordo dice. So my blood potency for sensing and predatory aura is up to 5. So I can definitely
yeah,
find
you
him.
can sense everything like within like 100 meters. Your senses range quite far.
So
There are mortals around, but there are there's like one. There's not many within the general vicinity. You know that. So
Julian will say, and again, clip tones get me close. And he'll get on the bike.
Okay. And we're gonna go so as sneakily as possible because we do have like the distance as a friend because we can track him with our sense. We're gonna follow, see if we can see where he's gonna lead us.
okay. I'll need you to roll wits plus drive, -2 dice, because, well, the constant irritation and struggle for control that Julian is engaged in moment to moment is making it more difficult for you to drive and concentrate. It's certainly making it more difficult to act subtly.
Wits and drive. Okay, -2. That will only give me 3 dice, so I hope this is gonna work. 2 successes. Whew.
Okay. You manage You manage to drive around the block. You cut off from him often enough if he thinks he's got away from you. You turn off a motorcycle light because, frankly, you're a kindred. You don't need it. And you stay far back. Julian is able to direct you surprisingly well. He seems to be able to sense his quarry from a great distance, much further than you can. But eventually,
I will have to point out that I have about 5 minutes left, and then I have to be in the car to pick up Jesse.
That's fine.
I said basically that's already like I'm already 20 minutes longer than I said I could. Sorry.
So that's fine. Because once you've tracked him down, there's going to be very little he can do. You track him. All the way from Whitechapel to Canary Wharf. It seems that he's trying to catch the underground line away from you. But as soon as he pulls up and gets out of his vehicle, your motorcycle rounds that corner, and Julian's going to leap off that bike. I'm going to slam him to his own vehicle. And I don't have that be a dice roll because he's far too wounded to put up a fight. The fact that he survived the initial assault that Alycat put on him was a minor miracle.
That Julia would be grabbing him by the collarbone, making it very clear that he has the strength to break it. And breaking a collarbone is extremely painful.
He is unconscious. You leap off a bike, he hits the pavement. Luckily, there are no other models around. Canary Wharf is kind of dead this time of night.
And with his goals met for the most part, the teeth begin to retract, the heat from his body lessens, and the muscles begin to just relax, and this odd for vampire, but still comes out a deep sigh, almost in an intense satisfaction, and lets that guy fall to the ground. All right, let's just call the prince to get this stuff figured out then.
Whoa, what are you gonna do?
What? Why wouldn't I tell the prince?
No, but I'm out of here. You gonna do that? That's fine. I'm out of here. Hell no.
This is obviously his thing he's been trying to fight against. Why wouldn't I tell him?
The prince.
What are you saying that he's involved with this, or what? What are you implying at? We've been working on this.
I'm implying exactly that.
That would have been nice to know before we even hit this place. So now I have an unconscious body. They've seen my face, and there's corpses all around this place.
Well, not this place in particular.
And it might.
So now I have brought a curse upon my head and upon my
this
order.
is why I wanted to have a meeting before we were gonna do. I don't know. I don't know yet. Okay.
But I could have thought of something differently if you told me. That's why literally why I asked you. What should I know?
That's why I wanted to have a meeting with you and Zachariah. Yeah, but investigate immediately. And I'm gonna look at the ST for that, because I've asked that several times.
Ask what, sorry? Repeat yourself.
I have a meeting to discuss information.
Oh,
No. Okay.
So what are you going to do with the body? And then I think we'll end our scene, because you need to get going, Saskia.
I
Well,
mean,
he's Ordo
as
now.
far as Ali is concerned, he's not Ordo, he is Carthian, because the Carthians have been more involved in this than the Ordo, so far as I know. And we have an Invictus who might recognize the ghoul.
So he's going to go with Alycat?
I guess if she really wants to fight the claim, that the Ordo have better resources to figure out what the drug is, which I've already done, and if he can tell us more where the shipments are, we could said.
It's about working together.
I'm not against working together. It's just I said I'm
Then
presenting.
there you go. We have more chance of finding out who this guy belongs to, which might be in all of our favors. After that, you can have him.
All right, then he'll just throw him next to her bike. Take him.
It's going to be an interesting story getting him back to Carthian territory. But given that you only have a motorcycle, not a boot of a car, but I think that is.
I have rope, and I will tie him. I will tie him to myself at the back of the motorcycle.
You also have friends.
And that. And by the way, Ali will actually invite Julian to come along and have the information firsthand, because, like she said, she's all about cooperation at this point. Like, this needs to be tackled together, and she wants the Ordo as much on her side as she hopes the Ordo wants the Carthians on their side. So she would definitely invite Julian to come along as well.
You would take it though. He'll just say, "It's like, man, if you got something you need to say, please just tell me."
To be honest, I thought I had told you, or at least I'd voiced my suspicions at you, but must have not done that. I thought we did that in the scene that we discussed, and like I said, I was planning, and I thought that this was going to be the scene where we had a big meeting with everyone involved, so we could put info next to each other, but we didn't. So sorry.
No, that's all right. It's I just hope this doesn't come to bite me in the ass.
Same here.
And I think with that, we can end our scene with a rumbling of an engine as it drives off into the distance. Thank you, guys, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you all next time.